Hey, loves. Welcome back to Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Brittany. Hey, your manifesting mentor. I'm not a coach, I'm not a guru, but I'm a woman who walks the walk and who shares what works. Today, we're continuing chapter 11. This is part 3, and it's a section titled From the Illusion of Separation to the Reality of Oneness. And here's where Dr. Joe builds on what we've already explored in the previous parts. The Newtonian model of reality, which is our conditioned identity in space time, and how survival mode keeps us tethered to our 3D limitations. So now in this section, he begins to introduce an even bigger truth that separation is ultimately an illusion, that beyond our senses, we are already connected to each other, to the field, and to infinite potential. This section helps us understand that as long as we see ourselves as separate from our future, from healing, from love, from source, we stay stuck in lack. But when we collapse the illusion of separation and we open ourselves to experience oneness, which is the realm where true creation, intuition, and transformation happens, um, this is where we get to experience the mystical. Let's get into today's reading. From illusion of separation to the reality of oneness. If Newtonian physics explains the physical laws of nature and the universe on a grand scale, the gravitational force of the sun upon planets, the speed with which the apple falls from the tree, and so on, the quantum world deals with the fundamental nature of things at their smallest scale, which is as atomic and subatomic particles. Newtonian laws are physical constants of nature. So, the Newtonian world is an objective world of measurability and predictable outcomes. Quantum laws, however, deal with the unpredictable and the unseen, the world of energy, waves, frequency, information, consciousness, and all spectrums of light. Governing this world is an unseen constant, a single field of information called the unified field. We can think of the Newtonian world as dealing with the objective, where the mind and matter are separate, and the quantum world as dealing with the subjective, where mind and matter are unified by energy, or better yet, where mind and matter are so connected that it's impossible to separate the two. In the quantum or unified field, there's no separation between 2 points of consciousness. It's the domain of oneness or unity consciousness. Whereas in our three-dimensional reality space is infinite, whereas in our three-dimensional reality, space is infinite. In the quantum world, time is infinite. If time is infinite and eternal, it's no longer linear, meaning there is no separation of past or future. With no past or future, everything is happening right now in this eternal present moment because time is infinite in this space. Because time is infinite in this time space reality. We move through time, we experience space or spaces. In the material world of things, when we move through space, we experience time. Yet in the immaterial quantum world of energy and frequency, the opposite is true. One, in the world of space time, as we increase or decrease the speed with which we go from point A to point B, the time it takes to get there changes. Two, in the world of time space, as we become aware of an increase or decrease in the speed of frequency or vibration of energy, we can go from one space to another space or from one dimension to another dimension. When we collapse space, we experience time in the material reality. When we collapse time, we experience spaces or dimensions in the immaterial reality. Each of those individual frequencies is carrying information or a level of consciousness that we experience as different realities as we become aware of them. In figure 11.5, you can see that as you move through time, you experience different dimensions in the external present moment. In space time, you experience the environment with your body, your senses, and time. Time appears linear, because you are separate from objects, things, people, and places, as well as the past and the future. In time space, however, you experience this realm with your awareness as a consciousness, not as a body with senses. This realm exists beyond your senses. Your access, you access this domain when you are totally in the present moment, so there is no past or future, just one long now. Since your awareness is beyond the realm of matter, because you have taken all of your attention off matter, you can become aware of different frequencies, all carrying information. And these frequencies allow you to have access to different unknown dimensions. If you are in the realm above the senses and unfolding as consciousness into the energy of the unified field, you can experience many possible dimensional realities. I know that this is a big bite to take in all at once, so hang in there. If you are confused, it means you're about to learn something new. When I say that as you move through time, you experience space or spaces, I mean all possible dimensions and possible realities. We could say then that in this time space reality, all possible spaces or dimensions exist in infinite time. This is the unified field, the realm of possibilities, unknowns, and new potential realities, all of which exist in endless time, which is every time. Let's think of it another way. Everybody I know is always saying that they want or need more time to get things accomplished. If you had more time, you could create more experiences, do more things, and therefore get more things done. This would mean more possibilities could happen and you could live more of life. So now imagine that there was an infinite amount of time because the past and the future no longer exist. So time is standing still and you had all the time you needed. Wouldn't you agree that you could have endless possible experiences and therefore could live many lives? We could say then that an infinite number of experiences would be available to you, equal to your imagination. To say it another way, if time is eternal, then more spaces can exist in the infinite time. If we keep elongating or making more time, it makes sense that we can fit more spaces in time. If there is infinite time, then there are infinite spaces we can fit in time, which are endless possibilities, potential realities, dimensions, and experiences. In the quantum field, there is no separation of past or future because everything that is exists in the eternal now or the eternal present moment. If everything that is exists unified or connected in the quantum field, then its infinite frequencies contain information about everybody, everyone, everything, everywhere, and every time. As your consciousness begins to merge with the consciousness and energy of the unified field, you will go from the consciousness of somebody to the consciousness of nobody, to the consciousness of everybody, from the consciousness of someone to the consciousness of no one, to the consciousness of everyone, from the consciousness of something to the consciousness of no thing, to the consciousness of everything, from the consciousness of nowhere to the consciousness of nowhere. From the consciousness of somewhere to the consciousness of nowhere, to the consciousness of everywhere, and finally from the consciousness of being in some time to the consciousness of being in no time, to the consciousness of being in every time. That was a lot, y'all. And that concludes this part of part three. So, this is one of the sections where you may want to revisit often to ground yourself in remembering that we are not separate. And because when we remember that we're not separate, this is the key to embodying everything that we desire. I'm reading Becoming Supernatural chapter by chapter, and the full playlist is always linked here on YouTube and in my TikTok bio. You can feel free to catch up anytime and share this series with someone who's ready to remember who we really are. I'll see you in part 4, where we talk about the atom, fact and fiction. See you next video, guys.